That was a bad idea.
They're like one of the nicest wheels ever made, but for this, they might be a little extreme. Joey has been working on the Soarer for the last week or so.
He's turned it into a Mustang?
He's turned it into a Mustang. Jeez, Joey, that's some job. That kit made some difference.
Hello guys, and welcome to a new episode of Street Sweepers. So, as you saw in the not so fancy intro, because I'm by myself today, or I am until later on anyways, that we have parts for the new MX-5 NC. In case you guys haven't seen any of the other episodes, this is going to be my new daily. We built it as a rough, ready, written off road car, and we're hopefully going to transform it on a budget to make it look like a seriously cool road car. So we have, I've not actually seen this yet, this is the lip that we're going to be putting onto the car. This is, I believe it's actually taken off the cat and also one of the silencers, so this should make a big improvement with noise. We also got a seat rail and a bucket seat. That wasn't actually planned. I went off to buy the exhaust and the guy had that sitting there, and well, I'm easily persuaded it seems. So that wasn't part of the plan, but hey, I was wanted to put a bucket seat in it anyways, so that's just one thing to take off the list, I would say. So we're gonna quickly try and do all this or work through this today and see where we go off. And Dave is actually at the moment, if you saw the last episode, he had, obviously the wheels are off. So he had the new wheels on the E21, I think that's what this is, E21. God, I'm gonna get crucified. So he got some wheels, he liked them, then he didn't like them, and now he's gone back down to change them. So I'm not sure what he's getting. So towards the end of this episode, we'll see what wheels that he has for that. But until then, I need to get cracking and get all this stuff done, which is, not sure if it's ambitious or not, I don't know. We'll see how we get on. May get Wayne in a bit to help, if we can. Okay, so this is a GV or Garage Vary replica, because the real ones are very expensive. This is just kind of the standard really go-to lip for a Mark III. So yeah, I'm going to start off with the easy jobs because I know I can put a splitter on. So, well, I've said that now, I'm probably going to jinx myself. So, throw the car up in the air on the ramp and see how we get on.
You want it, I got it, so tell me what you need. I'm unchained, unfazed, and unwilling. It's a new day, new world, we all winning. I'm up late.
Okay, so splitter is on. There wasn't actually too many things to go from. There was 2 holes there, and then I kind of took the grill off and put a few in there just to try and support it a bit more. Right, on to the next job. I'm going to do the seat next, but I'm going to put a bit of Mobil 1 multi-purpose on the exhaust screws because, well, to be fair, they're probably seized. So let them soak in that whilst I'm putting the seat in, and hopefully they come off freely. Hopefully that does the trick. I think that's everywhere. So yeah, essentially it takes off more than I thought. There's actually a cat in the manifold, and it goes to here where there's another one, which I've heard are actually quite expensive. It also takes this silencer off as well. So it should make a big difference once that's in, but I'll let that soak whilst I put the seat in. Not sure if many of you have done bucket seats before, but they seem like an easy job, but they are not an easy job. But it's in. It's comfortable. It's kind of low enough, I think. So yeah, it may not be that. I'm not going to say it's Mediterranean weather out there, but it's warm, and the shed just turns into a sauna, and it makes working on cars much harder and makes your mood down. On to the fun part of the exhaust, so hopefully the bolts are unseized and we can put the exhaust on no problem. Okay, so we'll quickly do a before and a after sound. So make sure it's neutral. So yeah, sounds pretty standard, boring, but hopefully that is about to change.
I just bought a new one. Spend a couple thousand just to cruise it. Shawty said she love me, but I swear she never prove it. I never tell her, but I put it in the music. Well, that's okay.
Okay, so enthusiasm is dropping. I don't know why. These came off absolutely fine. The ones from up there, no bother. I was like, oh, this is going to be handy. These, on the other hand, have not. So the nuts are completely rusted, corroded, and everything like that. So I'm guessing the only thing to do is to angle grind them off, which obviously isn't ideal, but I really don't know what else to do in this situation. Oh, nothing will ever go right. I mean, it has no exhaust on, so we have to finish this job. Not sure how, not sure when, but it's going to be finished, hopefully.
Hello.
Hello. This is a bit of bonus footage. Do we do bonus footage now?
Now we do.
Now we do. So we stopped by 888 because we wanted to check out Craig's new build. We've been watching it a little bit on the channel for a while. It's the E46 BMW Pandem. Apparently it's finished. Apparently the colour that we saw it in on the Instagrams and the photos and all that wasn't a good representation. We said we'd come down with the camera.
I think I've just seen the samples over here.
Ooh. That's his car. There, look.
Ha 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 ha.
Hello.
Well, here's
Alright.
some of the samples there, yeah?
Yeah.
Like there was another colour he had chosen.
Oh.
So this is the new project. That is unbelievable.
It's a really nice colour.
Like the colour is like the new 4 Series, but it's not the same. And it's like a little tinge of something else in it. It's maybe like a lighter colour.
Yeah, it's right. I can't remember the exact colour, but Rick decided to throw a little bit of this and a little bit of that into the mixing cup. Yeah, yeah, to have it different. But just before that, like 2 or 3 hours before that was painted, that was going grey.
It's going grey.
Grey.
Yeah, and then a few hours before that, the day before that was going red, and then the day before that was going his old colour green. Right.
I'm so happy you went this colour. Do you know what I love about this? It's the faced front. It's so different.
Yeah.
Because we've seen the Pandem kit on the E46 before, but the faced front or something just
It's
changes
different,
it up.
yeah.
The colour though, colour gives it. Ow. I didn't mean to do that.
Oh, they're red.
That's a bit. I didn't realise it was that low. It gives it the fact that you usually see this colour on the like the new 4 Series. It makes it look kind of slightly more modern.
I was going to say it looks like a modern colour on a modern car, but it looks savage. The wheels are unbelievable. Oh, the size of those rears. There must be 11s at least.
That's the wrong man here now. Like,
Yeah.
all I know is they're round.
They're round and they're nice. So it looks savage.
They are class.
You know, it looks like kind of a very beefed reimagining of the M3,
Yeah.
which is very, very cool. Obviously, it needs its interior done and all that jazz, but like, you know what? From a car that was just primer the last time I saw it, it came out very, very nicely.
Yeah.
It was sure, I don't know where he finds these deals from. You've got a full black leather interior for. There was cream in it, and yeah, he's not a big
Yeah,
cream man.
the cream isn't going to work with this. But by the way, I just spotted this when I came in the door. And do you know what's funny? Because you're from my era.
Yes.
These were 10 a penny. Like, they were everywhere. You could buy a Glanza Turbo anywhere. They were kind of just like, yeah, whatever. Now they're like the rarest thing ever going.
Yeah.
And you're giving this one away tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night, I think 10 o'clock. I think ticket sales end. We'll pick a winner on Saturday. But there's a lot of tickets still left for it, which I'm kind of surprised because of the car it is. But then I suppose it's, you know.
Well, everyone comes in at the last minute. I mean,
Yeah.
I know me in competitions. I want the instant result. Did I win? Did I not win? I
Yeah.
can't sit there for 4 days not knowing. So I need to know.
That's it. You
These
want to buy a
wheels are gorgeous though. I really love the little bits kind of cut out of it.
ticket. They're red, yeah.
So it's raised wheels on it. It's a
Yeah.
nice silver.
They're wicked.
Lovely interior.
So this car was bog standard when we got it, okay? Like nothing done to it. So
It was a Survivor.
just that's it. Look at the old speakers and all that. But we lowered it and put the wheels on. And I got all the dents taken out. There's a few dents around. We painted a few little bits. But we still have the standard wheels and standard suspension. So
You
it's
could put it completely stock if you wanted to.
Exactly,
But it
yeah.
looks so much better with those wheels now.
Ah, it looks cool.
It's a lovely
wicked.
little car.
Yeah.
You know the thing with these is they're a fast little fun car.
Yeah.
And they were fast for the time.
Yeah.
And they're still fast today. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, for 20 quid.
Can't go wrong.
For 20 quid. It's like the guy who won my golf for 20 quid. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's a lot of car for just a bit of fun.
Yeah.
And it's not that much of a spend. So get on to AAA competitions, guys. This thing is now down to its last couple of hours. If you want to be driving around the Glanza this weekend, which everyone does really, and 1.3 turbo, then there's a lot of tickets left for this one. Just to take it from me, probably the best chance you're going to get for 20 quid ever to get into an old school JDM classic like this.
That's quiet version.
That's quite cold start.
Okay.
We give it a second then for. Open the valve, but it won't rev it. That's close. The difference there.
Yeah. Well, turn it on again. That was a bad idea. Jesus. You need to get that for the Cayman.
I need to do that to the Cayman. That sounds unbelievable.
On a valve.
On a valve.
Okay, so I've been defeated by that bolt, so I'm going to wait for Wayne, and he's going to cut it off because he has more expertise with that. In the meantime, Dave has arrived with more wheels.
So in one of the previous episodes you'll have watched me buy a set of Works VSXXs. And do you know what they were, Josh?
Too small?
No, they were the right wheels for it.
Okay.
They were the right wheels if you wanted to go that direction. In the meantime, I've changed my direction. So I'm going to do something controversial with the car. I'll tell you why. If I lower this, put those Works on it, the ones I had, this would be a very nice E21. Lovely car.
And you're not trying to make a nice one?
It would just look like every other E21 ever made. They all have either BBSs or kind of that style wheel. They're all lowered. And I think if I Googled it, I could find you 500 done exactly like that. Then I went down the Google hole of looking at pictures and looking at stuff, and I said I would try and do something a little bit different with the car. I'm going to style a classic old BMW in the style of an old Japanese car, which is quite controversial.
That's very controversial, especially for a BMW.
It is. And the reason being is that my favorite old school Japanese car is a Hasoku. I can't afford one of those, the old Skylines, because they're like over 100 grand now. But they're from the exact same era as this car.
They're not massively
Different.
far off looks-wise.
All cars around that era kind of look the same. Now this is a little bit different, but I thought, wouldn't it be cool if we did something, if I styled it like an old school Japanese car? It could look terrible, and it could look amazing, but that's the risk I'm willing to take because I want it to stand out. So here's my thoughts. I'm thinking yellow front lights. I could either go bumper or bumperless. A lot of those are bumperless. I'll take off the front bumper.
Bumperless?
Yeah, bumperless, big front lip. External oil cooler on the front. Get rid of the mirrors. I put a set of fender mirrors on it,
Okay.
which would be very old school. Ducktail rear spoiler. Straight pipe exhaust with like a twin pipe, like staggered twin pipe on the back. Window louvers. And then it got to the wheels. And if I did all that,
I'm intrigued for your wheels now.
if I did all that, the wheels would be kind of lost and it wouldn't really fit it. And the reason I bought those wheels is because I didn't really want to do any archwork to the car, because, you know, they're okay. But now I've definitely committed to archwork. And I don't know whether I'll go metal arches or with over fenders or bolt-ons. We'll have to see, because we're in uncharted territory. But I'm going to show you one of the rear wheels, and you're going to realize straight away how
It's not going to work on this.
it's going to need a lot of work. Everything can work, but it's going to need a lot of work.
Right, get the wheels.
Wait to see these. They are unbelievable. You ready? They're like one of the nicest wheels ever made. But for this, they might be a little extreme. These are 15s.
I'm not gonna lie, they look incredible.
They are incredible, right? And very good condition too.
They're mint condition.
Mint condition. Now, here's the worry, right? So these
Go on,
are...
say the size.
So the wheels I had on this were 15 by 6.5 ET 20.
Okay.
These are 15 by 9.5 ET minus 35.
Wow.
So they are a big old wheel. Super dished, which is what we want. But I have a feeling these are going to stick out an absolute mile on this. And I wouldn't mind, the fronts are also pretty impressive.
They are ridiculous. More than a fist of dish. Do you think you need arches for the front?
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, big dish on the front too.
I'm not gonna lie, they are
Unbelievable.
possibly the nicest wheels that you brought into this garage.
They are, aren't they? So there is the front.
I'm intrigued now to, like, I'm at a standstill over there. So, I mean,
So what I'm going to try and do, like that is some dish front and back, isn't it? Today, we have a couple of jobs because I'm in here to we're heading for Drift Masters in the morning to Austria. I want to go to Joe O'Neill to collect the Soarer, which has just had a body kit put on it. I want to lower the Soarer and I want to put these wheels on a set of 195 tires, which will be super stretched, like super
it's
stretched.
ambitious.
And just test fit them on the car. So at least when I leave, I have an image in my head of how much work we need to do, which is probably a lot.
Should we throw one on just to see how ridiculous it is?
Yeah, I think we should. I think we should.
That's half the wheel out the car. You need all the stretch in the world in camber to get that in standard arches.
Oh. Things have escalated, Wayne.
You ready to say useless?
Alex for another car now. Nice looking wheel.
Very nice looking wheel, aren't they?
You good car to go on it.
Good car, Wayne.
I see an image.
Can you see an image?
Yeah.
See where I'm going with this? They look class. So Wayne, we have
Look at exhaust in this car.
You know what? That is honestly like I saw that the other day. It's like a pea shooter.
that has to change. That is horrendous.
That's rustier than this one.
What size of it?
See a little pea shooter. Wayne is here. Trailer's here. We're going to go to Joey O'Neill, collect the Soarer. It's been away again.
Is this so that I have to go and do it now, is it? That's what you're
Put
saying
it on
camera?
video, so Wayne has to do it right now. Yeah, we're going to collect the Soarer. We've had a kit put on it. I'm not going to say too much more. We're going to let the pictures do the talking, but we're going to go there right now. We just want to give a quick shout out to one of our partners here at Drift Games, CM Wheels. Now, if you're in the market for wheels for something like this, if you want to go for BMW, Mercedes, Audi, that kind of stuff, they have the biggest stock in Europe. They're one of the largest wheel manufacturers in the world, and their prices are insane because they're the wholesaler and not the retailer. So check out the CM Wheels website. They've got something for absolutely every car, SUV, or whatever you've got, and the prices won't be beaten. That website is a dangerous place. You'll probably end up buying a set of wheels, but you won't regret it. The prices are too good and the range is too good. Check them out. So we are here at O'Neill Auto Body. Joey has been working on the Soarer for the last week or so.
It's turned into a Mustang.
He's turned it into a Mustang. Jeez, Joey, that's some job. That kit made some difference. Made some difference to it. Black was the right choice.
Yeah, it's amazing. A little bit helps.
Yeah, I mean the whole Mustang front end, rear end and side conversion, I thought he wouldn't get it done in a week, but unbelievable.
We can do it here, yeah.
Joe, of all the people in Ireland, I'm the only probably person that would walk by this and go, that's normal to me. What's more abnormal is what's inside. Look at this. Oh, Joey. What a job. Oh, it looks gorgeous.
And the colour looks even better now that the kit and everything's on it.
Absolutely. It was just a bit old man, the way it was. It was the wheels smartened it, but now it looks unbelievable. here's an interesting fact about that, because I just was looking at it. So this is a Japanese Toyota Soarer, and they didn't sell many V8s in Japan. It was all the 1JZ. They only made 11,000 V8 Japanese Soarers, and in this particular color they only made 111. So it's pretty rare. It's a pretty rare color for one of these, and it's pretty rare that it's V8 from Japan too. Yeah. So what we said, Joey, was you had a Soarer before.
I did.
You threw it in the bin.
I did.
And then you said you were watching the videos of us on this one. You reached out to me and said, I'd love to do the paint work on the car. And you've done a lot of fancy stuff over the years for different people. And because the color isn't just black or just blue or whatever, I kind of wanted to make sure that the match was absolutely spot on, and it looks unbelievable. Now this car was painted in the UK I think 2 years ago, so the paint wasn't too messy, I suppose.
No,
it did pretty good.
Yeah.
And then this is a KBD kit. So this kit, and I actually have to ask you because you painted, this is a rubber kit.
Yeah, polyurethane, which can be a headache to paint at times, but look, it's like everything. If you know how to, it's not too hard. But
yeah.
They're far better because it's even if they're not great fitting, they're far easier to work with. So
yes.
as regards fiberglass, if fiberglass is slightly warped or anything, it's an awful job to get back. Whereas this, it'll mold and bend and shape to whatever you want it to. Really.
The crazy thing about this kit is when it's bought new, it comes in a box that size.
Yeah.
They fold it all into a little, like they fold it 3 or 4 times on top of each other, and then they just say to you, leave it out in the sun for a day. And they literally leave it outside and the kit just pops out again because it's actually just molded to that shape. It looks savage, Joey. Unbelievable job. Joey, I'm being a bit distracted here now because what the hell is this?
Yeah, it's another unusual one.
I'd say
it's a Toyota Hilux truck, Jeep, and as far as I'm aware, the same fella had it for the last 10 or 15 odd years, and it was worked on the farm up until recently. And he got a mad notion to go completely balls out on it. So it's now on, like, I know these are getting popular again, but everyone's off-roading them, whereas this is on air ride and it's getting a 1UZ. So Brendan Stone and Stone Motorsports actually building the Jeep, and I'm doing bodywork and paint on it. So it's a very high-end job as well. That's why that's going into its second stage of primer now. So what we do is we do all the repair work, seal it with epoxy primer, and primer it with a high build primer, leave it settle and sit for maybe 2 weeks, come along, block it all down, and then re-primer it and leave it sit again.
wow.
And that way then it's what it is when you're finished is what it'll be in 10 years time.
So it's super, and all the imperfections are taken out through all those.
Whatever it's going to do, we'll do within that couple of weeks. All the shrinking and sinking until it'll gas out all the solvents and stuff. So that's what's in the stage at the minute.
So it's going to be an air ride.
Yeah.
Hilux with the same engine as in the Soarer, actually.
Yeah, 1UZ going into it.
That's mad.
Chassis was all powder coated, all the bolts were taken off and zinc coat and everything. It's a very high-end build for what was essentially a farm truck.
Yeah, it reminds us of the start of our projects, and I'd hate to be back at this stage again now, but I suppose they still have the enthusiasm, Josh. That's just fine.
Yeah.
You see the airbags in the back? That's dead. Well, we must check back in with this then, because I think this is a very cool build.
Yeah.
Well, Joey, thank you so much for all your work on everything. You guys are in the market for any sort of bodywork, respray work, anything like that, get on to Joey on O'Neill Auto Body. And to be honest with you, I always kind of put you there saying the more unusual stuff, because stuff that isn't just bread and butter for a lot of people. Like obviously colour matching and stuff like that is difficult, especially on JDM stuff. Yeah. And if you want the finish, which I'm just looking at this, I can see myself in it. It looks unbelievable.
Right, one project done. Now back to misery of all the others.
Yeah, MX-5 and E21, that's where we're going. That one was an easy one because someone else did it and did it very well. So now we've got to do our own work again, which comes back to more misery. Alright, so we got the Soarer back. we got the wheels for the E21. We don't have time to put them on in this episode. We'll put them on in a future episode because we have to go to the airport very shortly for round 1 of Drift Masters in Austria. Blaine's 633 CSI is in the garage now. All the projects are here. And the last thing to do in this episode is to fire up Josh's fire breathing. This is what, 500 horsepower now with that straight pipe in it?
I think the straight pipe adds at least 400 horsepower.
I think that's what I've heard.
Yeah, and it's got the air filter, so what's that, 70 or 75?
Oh, well now she's pushing 800. So you might have to do the clutch. You got a nice little bucket seat, Josh.
It's subtle enough.
It's subtle. I like the fact that it's subtle.
Go and start it up. Do the honours.
Will I do the honours?
Do the honours.
I'm sure it's a neutral now before we blow it.
Go straight in.
Through my own car.
Oh, it's actually got a bit of a rest to it. Give it a rev.
Ready?
Go on.
Definitely smokier now.
Yeah.
And no cats.
Oh yeah.
I mean, all of the cats. Road legal. It sounds like like a kind of like a Civic.
We achieved what we wanted to achieve then. Give it another rev. I'm gonna seem like such a boy racer now.
I mean, it'll sound manly. It won't look manly, but it'll sound manly. Sorry, your exhaust note just knocked out your rear light there. So yeah, we made some progress today. All the cars in the garage at one time, which is the first time ever.
Yes.
We have all the projects ready for us when we come back from Austria. We've ordered parts. I know Adam's ordered many parts. I have ordered many parts. Blaine, not sure if he's ordered any parts. And you've got some stuff done, to be fair.
Stuff is done. It just needs lowering now because
Needs
this
lowering badly.
is not acceptable.
No.
No.
I mean, your car looks like it's on the ramp when it's not on the ramp.
Yeah, it's actually not on the ramp.
So, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. We'll be giving you loads more updates on these cars over the next coming weeks. Let us know what you think of Josh's MX-5, what you think of the Soarer after paint, what you think of everything that has been going on in the last while. Let us know what project you're still looking forward to most. If you want to go to the driftgames.live shop and grab some merch, like this team gear, we would really appreciate it. It helps us fund the channel, keep the lights on in here, keep us buying parts for these cars. Really appreciate it. Yeah, other than that, we'll see you on the next episode.